Hi, and welcome to Telly Talk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
We're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised.
And on this episode, we are armchair experting for the final time, Married at First Sight Australia, Season 12, Episode 39 and 40. This is the final dinner party and the final commitment ceremony.
Yeah, it's the last one, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel a weight off me now.
It's been a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like I have helped carry all of these couples' baggages around for a few weeks, and it's nice to just chuck them into the lake.
Yeah, okay, a lake.
The lake of tears and disappointment.
There is quite a lot of that across these two episodes.
Paul cried me a river at vows, and so I then threw his luggage in that river.
River of Tears.
I'm splitting my analogies, but it's fine.
It's getting a bit confusing.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy his pain. Moving on.
Okay. Okay, well, let's follow the order of the commitment ceremony, episode 40. So they kicked us off with Jamie and Dave.
Jay for the final time.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah, because they came out of vows seeming pretty good.
Yeah, and I was so happy. I was so excited. I wanted them to last forever. And what was it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I warned you not to get too excited.
I know you did.
Nostradamus was correct.
Oh,
yeah.
I was so sad. And hearing their explanation did not help.
No, it basically sounded like as soon as the show stopped, so did Dave's effort.
Yeah, and actually, their talk on the couch reflected that as well, because once again, Jamie does all the talking and he just sort of sits there and lets her.
Yeah, I think they both accepted in the end that it just wasn't... He wasn't on for Dave. He just wasn't there. And they moved on.
Well, sort of. I don't think it's that simple. I mean... While they're on the couch, they show them like a recap of their time together, and when it finishes, there was a deafening silence in the room, knowing where they're at now, and then seeing what they went through, all the love, everything that they shared. Oh, it was heartbreaking. It really was.
Yeah, and you could see that in the dinner party, that it was still fresh and raw, and that Jamie was still processing it all, because she was sort of like having it hit her in there. And I think that came across to Dave really strongly, because he was very, I'm going to own this at the commitment ceremony. And he apologised profusely again.
Well, even at the dinner party, because obviously they come in separately, and then when he comes in, he runs over to her, makes a big fuss over her, which was really lovely, but again...
Awkward.
Pulls at your heartstrings a bit of like, why couldn't this work?
Yeah, I believe that they will be friends. I suspect it will grow more distant as time goes on and everything, but they seem to be, you know, in a good place.
Yes, and we see a lot of Jamie's growth here, because she is feeling her emotions as they arise. She's feeling frustrated, she's feeling sad, she's feeling the pain, but she's not exploding with anger, which I think we would have seen earlier in the series.
It also feels like Dave is sort of managing it more empathetically than he did the first time round. He's not sort of completely distancing, going cold and saying, I don't hate the girl.
Yes, so that's actually quite a lot of learning from him as well.
Yeah, they seem okay, and it's worth noting that Dave's approach to this split is very different to Paul later on, and we'll touch on that when we get to Paul and Karina. Hold that thought.
It's also nice to see all the girls go to Jamie, because she does take some time out when it all gets a bit much, and every single girl that I think was still present at the time goes to her.
Yeah, one of the first ones was Jackie, and I was like, what? I mean, she just sort of sat there looking a bit bored, but still, she was one of the first to go with her, and I'm like, this is confounding my perceptions.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that Sierra wasn't there, but I think they messed up this timeline a bit. I think she'd already left the dinner party.
Are you suggesting that they might reorder the order things happen in just for telly?
Well, yeah, to make things flow nicely.
Where's my suspension of disbelief? You've thrown it in the lake with all their baggage.
Well, I mean, it's either that or she did just sit stony-faced at the dinner table during Jamie's meltdown.
Both are equally likely.
Yeah, so, okay, well, that can be up to you guys.
I like that image. She's just sat there looking miserable.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
But yeah, that's the end of Jamie and Dave, and I am very sad about it. I really wanted this for them.
Yeah. Didn't happen, though, did it?
No.
But another couple that it didn't happen for was Adrian and Athena.
Yes.
Speaking of getting home and it all falling apart immediately as we knew it would do.
Yeah, what I was quite impressed by is on the couch, Adrian speaks quite emotionally and honestly, and he comes across as quite vulnerable. And I thought, this is a whole different side of you that we haven't really seen.
Yeah, too little, too late.
Yeah, it was really tough watching their video. It was juicy, it was fun, but very emotional, especially for Athena.
And the big sort of point that comes out with all of this, they're sort of the main fight in all of this, because Sierra, I'm going to say, charges in with her accusation, like, basically, I've not come across well, so I need to throw some shade on Athena in revenge for something. And she sort of shares the things that Athena has said to her in confidence about Adrian.
This is at the dinner party.
Yeah, and Adrian really latches on to the fact that she called him thick.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like that.
It's a sore point, isn't it? Because it's something he's endured through his life, and now his wife has said the same thing. Yeah. That's gotta hurt.
When he was in the sort of pre-drinks for the dinner party, he says to the rest of the group, and can you believe, do you think I'm dumb?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they edited it to make it, but there was silence, and then he moves on. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I think that was probably an edit.
I hope so. I hope so, because that was brutal, if not.
Yeah.
It's just a bit awkward, not helped by Jamie when he walks in going, "Ooh, it's your ex-husband," loudly to the room. I enjoyed good old Jamie.
But you're right, Sierra played a huge role in Adrian and Athena's...
Conflict?
Conflict, yes. Good job. Well done.
Yay.
Sierra plays a big role in their conflict at this dinner party and the subsequent commitment ceremony. And she is prepared for this. She comes in, and I think when she enters the dinner party, cocktail party, she looks like the evil queen from Snow White. She is holding that position. She's done her makeup just so. She's prepared.
It's haughty. She comes in looking haughty.
You reckon?
Yeah, like...
I don't know. Haughty seems a bit...
She's coming in hot and she's coming in hard.
Yes, and we've seen her preparing for this because she's almost seeking revenge, as you say, from Athena. We're not really sure what Athena's done, but Sierra seems very clear.
Yeah, I think she's just decided that she's not come out of this well and she's got to attack Athena because Athena has Adrian?
Yeah.
Or had it? I don't really know, but she doesn't come very well prepared considering she's come here with a very definite agenda.
Yes.
Because she's saying to people like, oh yeah, me and Adrian, we don't really talk anymore. And Billy's immediately like, you do. Yeah, absolutely. And other people are like, you do. We've seen the texts.
Well, that's the other thing. You've just mentioned Billy. Sierra comes in with this mission and Billy goes over to her and she completely blanks him.
Can't say I'm shocked.
I know, but...
I know. It just shows you the level of class.
Very disappointing. There's clearly no growth.
No. And it's not like Billy's done anything wrong.
No, absolutely. Sierra was at fault within their relationship, and she's at fault within Adrian and Athena's, and yet she's come on the attack here.
I feel like Billy came into this almost as like an audience proxy, because he was just like, I am here for the dramas, I'm just going to sit and laugh, interject with a bit of a snark every now and again.
Yeah, he was loving it, wasn't he?
They should have sent him in with a giant popcorn bucket. It would have been hilarious. But yeah, there's all the drama over various texts that Sierra sent to Adrian about Athena, that Adrian's then shared with Athena, weirdly, and then Athena shared them with everyone else.
Yeah.
And it seems like Sierra wasn't aware of this, and so her tactic of going, I didn't say nothing, was not that effective.
I don't know, it all seems and feels very immature.
Yeah.
You know, all this sharing of messages and just...
Schoolyard.
Yeah, and I can see that when you're in the midst of those feelings, it can feel real and important, but as the audience, we're stepped back a little bit and it did just feel like it was too much.
But don't underestimate the importance of, I'm not friends with you anymore. So yeah, Adrian and Athena have had a bit of space, and Athena has come to realise that their relationship was only physical.
Yes.
As we all knew.
Yeah.
And as soon as she got home, she felt lighter, and she felt good about herself in a way that she hadn't throughout the whole process. And she's come to this going, I want to tell him that. And she tells him that, and he apologises, says he didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's quite a nice apology, actually.
Yeah, I mean, done. Good.
Sort of done. I just wanted to make a note. This was back at the dinner party, just after their argument at the table, and Athena said something that I really quite liked. She said, I can be the bad guy in his story because he's the effing devil in mine.
That is what I think Jackie thought she was delivering in her vows.
Yeah, and here we are, Athena. Love it.
Said with passion.
Yes. Yeah. But obviously that was a dinner party, and as you say, they're a bit more cordial at the commitment ceremony, and they sort of go their separate ways amicably.
Yeah, as well as can be expected.
Yeah.
So next up is my favourite couple, and frankly should be everyone's favourite couple. I was going to say Jackie and Ryan, but it's actually Jackie and Clint plus Ryan.
Yes, but at the commitment ceremony, it's Jackie and Ryan.
Yes.
Yes. And the first discussion that they have is around Jackie and Clint's relationship.
Yeah. Clacky.
Yes, clacky.
It feels right. So yes, in the 1 month since the vows, they've got together and they allege that it's purely organic, just so happened to be that 2 weeks after the vows, they started chatting, and they've got loads in common. He's rich, and Jackie likes rich people.
Yeah. Well, Ryan very quickly calls bullshit on their timeline, and there is a massive discussion around this.
Yeah.
And then the experts sort of get them to leave that there, so I was a bit disappointed, because we got a lot of that at the dinner party.
Yes, we did, and boy, was that fun, because they really built up Clint and Jackie, building up to come along, and they're showing things like Jackie going, they have no idea, no one knows we're together, and they cut to everyone going, you heard about Jackie and Clint? They're together, right? And Ryan's called them when he heard the rumours, and she's denied it. And I'm like, oh, it's all so messy. I feel like the show is trying to put Ryan in the good guy, wronged person category. And it's unhelpful because there's 3 very dislikable people. Yes,
because he's not wholly innocent, is he? That's the problem with this throuple. But when we...
Do you know what? They missed a real opportunity at the commitment ceremony to have Jackie in the middle and then Clint and Ryan either side of her on the sofa for when they're doing the chat.
Yeah, but we don't see Clint on the sofa.
I know, but they could have. That would have been amazing. My impression of Clint is that he's such a henchman. Do you know what I mean? Like, he seems to tack himself onto whoever the current villain is.
It's very cringy.
Yeah.
When we were watching them get ready and talking about how much they have in common, as you've said, I'm going, oh my God, this is awful. This is so cringy.
Yeah, in sort of child cartoon or video game kind of way, he was with Lauren, who was everyone's pariah, and like she's been defeated, and so he has to then move on and put his services to the next villainess, which is Jackie.
And it's exactly the same. He's playing the same person to each of them. With Lauren, he was saying the same things that he's now saying to Jackie.
He sort of goes, do you know what? I need to sneer at people and say dickish things.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't like him.
No, neither do I, and I still don't like Jackie either.
And she's moving in with him.
I know.
Because she's adamant that it was only 2 weeks ago that they got together.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, no, you've been chatting with him since like the beginning of the process.
Yeah.
I know this.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about her moving in already with him and moving to Tasmania with him just seems to make her claims ridiculous. But it's hard because Jackie is ridiculous, and so I could see her moving in with him 2 weeks after they got together.
Yeah.
I don't think it is that time. I think she's been doing this for ages.
Yes. Yeah, but she still is cross with Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, despite the fact that she's seemingly moved on and she's in a place where she's moving in with Clint, she is still... Well, she still has a lot of feelings for Ryan, although mostly anger. She says to him, or she screams at him at the dinner party, I tried my literal arse off. And I thought, your literal... And then she literally repeats it, my literal arse. I'm thinking, I don't think you did, though.
That's a medical condition at this point. She is obsessed with Clint's stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, she lists off, like, he's got this, he's got that, I've got a key. I'm like, oh, nice callback to how she copies everyone else. Rhea and Jeff had a key, so that validates the relationship.
Yeah.
So, I've got a key now. Oh, we're starting a business together?
Oh, my God.
What business could that possibly be? What intersects between selling tat jewellery online and golf?
Yeah.
It's golf jewellery.
Money.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that he is just a patsy and she is grifting the shit out of him.
Well, he seems to be quite happy.
A willing victim.
Yeah.
She went into this thinking everyone was going to be happy for them. Mm-hmm. Doesn't go that way, does it?
No, it does not.
I enjoyed, of all of the recaps of the overall journey that they sort of video play to everyone.
At the commitment ceremony, we see their video, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one the most. And there were so many reactions. Everyone just thinking Jackie's ludicrous.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was really hilarious. And made all the better for Jackie's reaction to it at the end.
Yeah.
I just wrote in massive capital letters, wow.
Yeah, because she's like...
laughing.
Yeah. She's laughing, cackling.
Yeah.
And who was it that asked... Was it Billy that asked Clint, does any of that give you concern? Like
someone did.
Someone asked him, and he was like, nah, she's utterly right. Everything she said was proven in that. I'm like, what are you Stockholm Syndrome, my friend.
I know, because I then wrote, what's wrong with Clint?
Clint is doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. And he's like, I care for her even more. And everyone's like, all right, bro, this is your own fault now. You got everything you've got coming. You've done this to yourself. Yeah, he's in the trenches and dug in.
And people are asking Ryan why he cares. Like, what's up? What's going on for you that you've been through all of this? You've now watched that video and you're still sat here caring. And he says, I'm just confused as to why she continued to write stay if she really was that unhappy. And it's a very good question.
She wanted to stay on telly. I just think of all the people that we've seen, I have genuine concerns about Jackie and her mental state. It scares me a bit, if I'm honest. And I'm actually genuinely quite scared for what Clint's going to experience, as unlikable as he is.
Yeah.
It does feel like she just decided that she was going to stay through to the end and get her moment.
Well, I suppose people remember you more, don't they? Like, when we saw some of the others come back, like Katie and Ash, I didn't recognise them at first.
Yeah. And I think it's telling because Clint and Jackie post-show, because now that we've finished, we've been able to see a little bit of, like, the outside noise that we've been avoiding.
Yeah.
And they're engaged now.
Are they really?
Yeah, they've been all over. They've done an Instagram proposal.
Wow.
And they've been shouting about this, that, and the other. They've lived their post-MAFS life on Instagram. And I believe they live streamed the proposal.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that probably tells you what Jackie was after.
Yeah.
Money and fame.
50%.
Yeah, so we're chalking that up to cynical. We're very cynical about this, but yeah.
Right, let's leave them there then.
But to be fair, though, give them their due. Jackie and Clint are at one of only two couples standing.
No, they weren't put together by the experts. If you are hanging on to your hat of Rhea and Jeff don't count, then Jackie and Clint don't count.
I would argue that they count more than Rhea and Jeff.
It's not first sight.
No, I know, but at least they met in the show.
Yes, but the experts didn't put them together, clearly for a reason.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they put Jackie and Ryan together. Look how well that went.
Well...
Let's not talk hit rate. We'll get to that later.
Let's just move on.
So, speaking of, Paul and Karina.
Yes.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
Yes. The first thing that happens on the couch is that Alessandra challenges Paul. He doesn't like it.
No.
And she shuts him down.
Yes.
Thank you, Alessandra.
Do you get the feeling that maybe Paul doesn't like strong women?
I think Paul only likes himself.
Yes. He has decided on an interesting tactic, which is, now that I've realised that I've been rejected, I'm going to double down and decide that everything is Karina's fault.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the attack.
Yeah.
And once again, when because he tried that midway through the show, and that was the second of his 3 big fuck-ups.
Yes.
And it didn't go well that time, and I'm not sure why he thought it would go well this time. He just gets kind of put in his place, doesn't he?
Yeah, because the group does not buy it.
No.
They just don't. And they're just looking at him going, you're rewriting history. We know what Karina's side of this is, and we tend to believe her. We're kind of on her side. The way you've treated her is appalling.
Karina with one of the best comebacks, I think, that you can have, when he was like, well, when I made my mistake, and she just went, which one?
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was so good.
And he had no answer, so flustered. I was like, boom.
Yeah. And then we see their video, and it really highlights all of his shitty behaviour, like every single thing that he did, including leaving out the word snob, which I don't think the rest of the group knew about. No. Yeah, it's all highlighted.
And then he tries to go, I didn't understand what the word meant.
Yeah, and they're all just, There's, again, as with after Jamie and Dave's video, silence from the whole group. Yeah.
He has such, you didn't dump me, I dumped you vibes.
Yeah. He digs his heels in rather than accepting responsibility.
But to be fair, according to him, she projected insecurities onto him.
Yeah. Do you know
he's
what,
the victim.
Though, John shuts this all down. He shuts it right down, and he tells Paul that he needs to stop playing the victim and says, you need to change. Thank you, John.
John, for once, doing the good work.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. About time.
Shall we move on? Unless you've got anything else to say?
I got nothing left to say. Let's move on to Jeffrey.
Okay. They attribute their success to consistency, because I think it's Mel directly asked Ree, what's made it work with you guys? And she says consistency. Jeff always does what he says he's going to do, and we just keep going.
It's almost like you can trust him and he can trust you. And that's the foundation of a good relationship.
Yeah, and they worked hard together. I think they put in equal effort.
And he survived 3 days living with Jackie.
I know, right?
I mean, that is what we call the relationship killer.
Jackie.
Yeah.
You called her that.
Well, the situation.
Right.
I wasn't specifically referring to it as that.
Okay, good for clarification.
Yeah.
I loved watching their video.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
So did everyone else. But that's because they're actually healthy and constructive as a relationship. And boy, were we short of those.
Yeah, and they're really natural as well.
Yeah.
You really feel that they're not just putting this on for us as the audience.
Well, like she says, he makes me calm all the time, and that's a really good vibe.
It's lovely, yeah.
I felt uncomfortable, though, with how much they were pressured to say I love you on telly.
Yes.
Everyone. Their whole experience has been them moving at their own pace, and everyone basically barracking them from the sidelines going, are you going to have sex yet? Are you saying I love you? Are you falling in love? Come on, move it along. You're the only good thing about this show.
Yeah, but I think that is possibly a classic case of everyone apart from you can see it. And so everyone's going, look, we know this can work, come on. And they're sort of gently encouraging. Yeah, I know.
Gently?
But they do love each other, and they do say it to each other, and it's so good.
Well, yeah, and as far as we're aware, they're still together now, which is good.
Yes.
She's been using his key to his flat every day.
Every day, because she lives there.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't officially live there, does she?
For tax purposes, I do not live here.
No.
It's very important to get that on telly. No, they're a good feel-good thing. It doesn't count. So that's a shame for them, because it was their one hit out of the whole lot.
I'm going to say that you don't count. Even Sierra is smiling at these two.
Wow, they made Sierra smile.
Yes, they did.
She's found someone she doesn't have an agenda with. It's Rhea and Jeff. Well done.
Oh, I'm so happy for them, though. I'm disappointed that we've only had one successful couple this year, but...
Whoa.
What?
Jackie and Clint.
Oh,
Clacky for the
win.
They're engaged, honey. That's more than Rhea and Jeff.
No, Ben. No.
Well, that being the case, I think we should rate the episode as per.
Yeah.
What have you got for it?
Well, this is 2 episodes, isn't it? So same as the vows. It's 2 episodes getting 1 rating. Are we doing it out of 20 again?
No,
that was very confusing.
No, we're doing it out of 10 for you.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, so that would be 20 out of 20.
You said it was out of 10.
I converted it for you, so we can do the conversion. So 20.
Do you know what I would have given it out of 20?
24 and a half.
No, I'd have given it.
Oh no!
I'd have given it 18.
So why not 9 out of 10?
It just didn't feel right. I can't explain it.
Listeners, I'm talking direct to you now. Do you see what I have to put up with? I pre-warned her that we were going to rate the episode because that's in our show notes and everything. And she still didn't think about it until the moment that I pointed it out. And then this. Pity me.
I think other people totally agree and also think in the same way as me. What are you rating it then?
I am rating it 4 L-bombs out of 7. Above average, but only slightly.
So 8 out of 14.
Yeah, because that's how it was. I'm not going to go...
I can do maths.
Well done, yeah. Well, apparently not. So that being the case then, as this was the last episode of this season for us, and for everyone else...
It's all done.
What would you rate the season?
The whole season.
Yeah, the season as an entirety.
Ooh, that's tricky because it depends how much you like the drama, doesn't it? Because there's been a lot of drama and a lot of frustration.
Yep.
But is that good? Is that a good thing?
Well, you're showing you're working, I'll give you that.
Yeah, this is tough. Okay.
Again, I pre-warned you about this.
I know. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I didn't actually think about it.
Do you want me to give you my rating first?
Okay.
I'm giving it 3 failed experts out of 7.
Really?
Yeah, I would have given it lower, but it felt serendipitous to go 3 because there's 3 experts, but they all failed. They got 1 out of all of them correct, and even that was cheating.
Right.
So, Frank, I wanted to give it 1 out of 7, but to be honest with you, I had to give it 3 because otherwise you'd be like, oh, but there's 3 experts and not 1.
Yeah, I would have done that. So, okay.
They suck.
So you're going on how well the experts did.
I'm going on my overall vibe, which was I found this disappointing. I think 3 out of 7 is probably a reasonably accurate assessment of how I felt about this season.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy a lot of it.
Right.
It felt dysfunctional. It felt very artificial. There was a lot of producer-led stuff that was really heavy-handed. I didn't really like many people on the show. It was okay, but it was below average. Oh. And it was very disappointing that there wasn't really any real success stories, and 2 of the couples weren't married at first sight.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've been generous and given it 3 out of 7. Throw it in the lake with all the other baggage.
I thought you said it was a river.
It can be many things.
I don't know what to rate it now.
Well, don't let me influence you.
Well, on the fly, thinking about it, as I have done, I was going to give it...
Keep stalling, go on.
I was going to give it a 9 out of 10. And now I've heard all of your reasoning, I'm feeling like that might be too generous.
So what you're saying with that is you love the drama and you don't care whether anyone actually falls in love?
Yeah. No, I do care, but it has to be real, and I think Jeff and Rhee are real.
I'm honest, if you took Jackie out of this season, I'd have given it a -4.
But there has been enjoyment from the chaos. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
you're giving it 9 out of 10?
I don't know. I feel bad by saying yes.
Why?
Because you gave it 3 out of 7.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Well, as we've established throughout every single episode that we've done on this, our opinions differ greatly.
All right. I'll give it 9 out of 10.
Terrible. I'm judging you.
I know you are.
And so are the listeners. It's done. It's finally over.
Yeah, we're going to be going back to Gavin and Stacey.
Gacy.
No, it's Gavin and Stacey. It's the name of the show.
Stavin.
No.
They were almost married at first sight.
Yeah, almost. Anyway, we're going to be doing season 2, Gavin and Stacey.
Recap.
And then we're also thinking about covering Ludwig.
Yeah.
And doing that fortnightly.
My boy David Mitchell in the house.
Yeah, so we would have Gavin and Stacey weekly and then Ludwig fortnightly to see how we get on. We're not sure on what format Ludwig's going to be yet. We need to watch it again and just get it straight in our heads.
Yeah, we like a bit of going back to the Welsh hijinks and then the murder mystery Madoodad.
Yeah.
Loving it.
All right. If you want to reach out to us, you can contact us on our socials. We are at TeleTalkPod, at Blue Sky and Facebook. And you can email us at teletalkpod@outlook.com.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
You couldn't see the look of panic.
And I'm like, oh my God.
The look of panic on Lou's face while she was so much concentrating. I give you 7 wonderful reads out of 7.
I didn't read it. It was off the top of my head.
Off your dome. And on that note, that is all, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Toodles.